It's a busy day in the KHL, 8 games to go through from Russia's Far East to Bratislava, Slovakia. This is your daily KHL update, and I'm your host, Andreas Sachenko. Mika Järvinen and Amur host Jakub Kovarš and Automobilist tonight, an important game for these two as they are likely to compete for the same playoff spot later on. Early in the first, Automobilist is on the power play. Samuel Lepista puts it on net, rebound, and further Malichin bags at him from mid-air. 1-0 Automobilist. Amur ties it up late in the period as Jakub Petruzhalek sets up Evgeny Korotkov for an open net shot, 1-1. And that's going to be number 3 for Korotkov this season. Midway through the second period, Jakub Petruzhalek chases the puck, gets to it first, turns around, shoots and scores. 2-1 Amur now. Petruzhalek scores his 6th of the year and gets his 2nd point of the night. But late in the period, Automobilist ties it up again as Tobias Wiklund nets his 4th of the year with this wraparound. That's another power play goal for Automobilist and we're tied at 2s. Early in the third now, Amur has a man advantage. Alex Yunkov shoots, misses the net, but the puck bounces right into Andrei Antonov and goes into the net. Oh, how lucky for Automobilist that is. 3-2 Amur now. Nevertheless, it takes Automobilist less than 90 seconds to change things around. First, Evgeny Fedorov scores his 1st of the season from Samuel Lepista's assist to make it 3-3. And shortly after that, Vladislav Yagin scores from the slot to put Automobilist up by 1, 4-3. Yagin is truly the story of the game. That's his first game in the KHL after several years in Russian second-tier Pro League, and that's obviously his first goal. And it proves to be the game-winning goal as well. Eduard Lewandowski scored with just a few seconds left on the clock in an open cage to give us our final, 5-3 Automobilist. They take 3 important points on the road and surpass Amur in the standings. However, both teams are still not in the playoff zone. Welcome to Vladivostok now, where Jonas Andersson meets Enver Lisin as Yugra visits Admiral. First period, Admiral is on a counter-attack. Alex Kuznetsov passes to Sergei Barbashev, and he doesn't make it look pretty, but bears it anyhow. 1-0 Admiral. Kuznetsov and Barbashev knew each other since they were kids. Great to see them on the same line in the KHL. Midway through the second period now, Yugra is on the power play. Denis Sokolov puts the puck on net, rebound, and Jonas Andersson ties it up. 1-1. Last season, Yugra had basically one solid line. Now they have 2 as Anderson, Dixon, and Sabinainen have joined the team. Late in the period, Evgeny Grachev sets up Artem Ternavsky for a shot. He shoots, Igor Bortnikov tips it, and it's in! 2-1 Admiral. Bortnikov nets his 1st of the year, and Ternavsky extends his point streak to 3 games. Third period now, Admiral has just killed a penalty, but only to get scored on seconds later. Denis Groch makes it 2-2 with his 1st of the season. Groch is a former Vancouver Canucks 2nd-round pick who never played a game overseas. Minutes after that, Jonas Andersson gets the puck on the left wing of the offensive end, shoots and scores. 3-2 Yugra now. Andersson scores his 2nd of the night and 5th of the year. Admiral throws everything they got on Yugra in the final seconds of regulation, but they can't tie it up and Yugra takes 3 points on the road. Jonas Andersson at the first start of the game with 2 goals, while goalie Mikhail Birikov also had a great night, stopping 32 shots. This is a good one. Akbars meets Medveshak. Akbars stops the Eastern Conference and Medveshak is currently 3rd in the West. First period, Akbars on the power play. Sean Hashka drives it on net. Rebound, Stapleton and Vernikov both whack at it, and Vernikov puts it in. 1-0 Akbars. Rule number 1 when you play Akbars, don't get any penalties. They're crazy good on a power play. Late in the period, Alex Burmeister goes behind the net. Craftly leaves it for Vernikov, and he scores his 2nd of the night while everyone around him looks confused. 2-0 Akbars. Neat play by Burmeister, smart and unusual. Medveshak gets a goal back in the 2nd period as Shaul Ingles sends it upstairs from the slot. That's his 3rd of the season and Konstantin Barulin had no chance to stop it. Midway through the period, Matt Merle is stripped at hash marks. The call is made, but another one is going to have to be made as Grigory Panin delivers a dirty hit here. Elbow to the head. Ouch. There's 0 tolerance for that kind of stuff in any league and Panin's night is done. That's 5 in a game and deservedly so. What was he thinking? Akbars has to kill a long penalty and they're rather successful at that. Obukhov calls for the puck, gets it, jets up the gut and scores a short-handed goal. 3-1 Akbars. Obukhov is a very valuable member of Akbars. He kills penalties, gets some power play minutes, creates plays and even scores goals. Beat after that, Kirill Petrov knocks down Curtis Fast in his own end. Alexei Tereshenko gets the puck, goes up the right wing, returns it to Petrov and he scores. 4-1 Akbars. That's another short-handed marker for them. Petrov scores his 5th of the year and that was a great play by him. He created it with a hit and he finished it with a goal. The game isn't over though. Medveshak comes back with 2 goals in the span of 28 seconds midway through the final frame. First, Patrick Bjorkstrand sends it in from a nice wrister, and then Ryan Vesse enjoys his share of luck as the puck deflects right into the net after he's passing the slot. 4-3 now, and there's tons of time left on the clock. Nedveshak pulls Barry Brats for an extra attacker with just under 90 seconds left in regulation, but Alexei Tereshchenko steals the puck and puts this one out of reach with an empty netter. 5-3 Akbars is your final. Akbars get 3 points on home ice and they continue to top the Eastern Conference. They're also tied with Dynamo Moscow for second best in the league. This is Novosibirsk, and tonight we get to see a Siberian rivalry between Sibir and Avangard. The two met in Eastern Conference quarterfinals last season, and Sibir pushed Avangard to 7 games. First period, Dmitry Simon wins the face-off to Nikita Pitsaki, and he dishes it over to captain Denis Kulash, and he slams it in from the blue line, 1-0 Avangard. Avangard started this season with Alex Frolov as their captain, but he was revealed of his duties after Miloš Aržika took over as the head coach. Early in the second now, Jarno Koskiranta feeds Nikolai Lemtugov in the slot, and he nets it, 1-1. Lemtugov scores his 3rd of the year. It looks like he finally got his scoring touch back. Late in the second now, Yuri Lechter wins the face-off to Slava Belov. He takes a wrist shot, scores! 2-1 Sibir now. Belov scores his 5th of the year. Yuri Lechter with his 12th assist. And that's all they're gonna need. Sibir holds on to a 2-1 lead till the final buzzer. They get 3 points on home ice, and they're now tied for 4th in the East with Salavat Ulayev. Vitaly Koval and Torpedo host Donbass. These two had a penalty-plagued preseason game. This ought to be hot. First period, Randy Robital sets up Igor Morozov in the slot. He has time, shoots, and he can't beat Vitaly Koval. He really made himself big out there, nothing to shoot at. Minutes after that, Wojtek Wolski steals the puck, cuts into the crease, and watch out, Sergei Varlamov with a huge hit. Is everyone even alive down there? Leighton looks hurt, Wojtek looks really hurt, but both will return to the action. Second period now, power play for Torpedo. Denis Parshin drives it hard on net. Great save, Leighton. He stops a cannon of a shot from Parshin and he makes it look easy. Third period now, Torpedo has another man advantage. They fire on net from every possible angle. Nothing goes through until finally Tim Brent beats Michael Leighton. 1-0 Torpedo. Brent scores his 3rd of the season. That's his 11th point in 17 games, while Wojtek Wolski gets the assist. That proves to be the only goal scorer in this one. The buzzer goes, and Vadim Hamitsky drops the gloves with Team Milani. I told you, these two have feelings for each other. Vitaly Koval stops 25 shots and earned his 12th career KHL shutout, helping Torpedo get 3 points on home ice. They are now 6th in the East. And we save the best for the end. Slovan Bratislava hosts Dynamo Riga. Hands down, best game of the day. First period, Milan Bardovic has the puck, cross-ice pass to Tomasz Netic, and he doesn't miss on an empty net shot. 1-0 Slovan. Netic scores his 7th of the year and 4th in the last 3 games. He's red hot. Second period now, Michal Bondrika carries the puck, shot on net. Talkie saves, but Michal Miklik scores on a rebound. 2-0 Slovan. And here's another red hot guy on Slovan. Miklik gets his 8th point in 5 games. Riga gets one back in a hurry though. Kyle Wilson keeps Marcel Hossa in the slot and he goes 5-hole in Yaroslav Janos. That's his 8th of the year and it's 1-goal game again. Midway through the period, Slovan has a 2-man advantage. Martin Steinek is set for a shot and he makes it count. 3-1 Slovan now. Steinek was his 2nd of the season and that restores a comfy lead for his team. That's when things get really interesting. Late in the period, Dynamo has a power play and Matt Robinson drives one home with a gorgeous slap shot. Riga is just 1 goal behind again. Minutes later, Libor Gudacek receives a long parachute-like pass on the far blue line. That's his chance to put one in on a breakaway. Great save, Telkvist. Gudacek could not set it upstairs and Telkvist completely owned everything below. Still 3-2 Slovan. And that would cost them. Moments later, Marcel Hossa has the puck in the office, skates into the slot. Nobody can get a hold of the puck until Kyle Wilson sends it home. We're tied at 3s. Wilson was his 7th of the year, and I cannot believe we're just 2 periods into the game. So much has happened already. Early in the final frame now, Matt Robinson has the puck on the blue line, takes a few strides towards the right circle, shoots, scores! Dynamo finally gets the lead. 4-3 Riga. Robinson with his 2nd of the night and 6th of the season. And that's how this one is gonna end. Dynamo Riga scores 3 unanswered goals and gets 3 points in Bratislava. What a game. Kyle Wilson and Marcel Hossa star for Riga with 3 points aside, but Matt Robinson is obviously the first star of the game with 2 goals to his name. Vitis got 2 points on home ice tonight against Dynamo Minsk. Alex Materufin opened up the scoring late in the second, and Dmitry Shidikov tied it up midway through the final stanza. This was the fourth time Vitas finished the game in a shootout, and they finally enjoyed a win. All bad things eventually come to an end. Melork Novokuznets looked solid in the home game against Boris, keeping the score at 3-3 up until just over 2 final minutes of regulation. Nigel Doss scored the game-winning goal, and Brandon Bachensky once again was the first star of the game with 2 goals and 3 points. Kuzna has lost their 14th game in a row. And that's it for your daily KHL update. If you want free ice cream for life, like and share this video. Although the ice cream part was totally a lie, but don't let it bother you. My name is Andreas Sachenko. See you folks tomorrow.